We're recording. Clap.
I just took a big fat gulp of water.
Ah.
How embarrassing.
Paint a word picture of the new container you're drinking water out of.
Oh.
Fancy lady.
It's what the people care about.
Yeah.
Well, it's arguably my favorite Christmas present I got this year.
Hey.
Because I just love a big cup. There's
Yeah.
something real good about a big cup.
Honestly.
It's blue. It's got a mermaid on it. I went through that phase.
Mermaid phase?
A mermaid phase, and then everyone just assumes that's what you like forever.
Ooh.
And so you just never stop receiving mermaid things. And, 10 years on, here I am, still receiving mermaid things, but it's a huge Trenta-sized Starbucks cup that I drink water out of.
Great. It's a beautiful cup.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful cup.
Thank you.
Mermaid phase, like, as far as they go, I feel like, because mermaid, that's a thing. That's like I don't know what to call it. Mermaid.
It's like
people.
Yeah, it's definitely like a preteen white girl thing. Like, there's in no way was that unique or creative. I just really attached my identity to it for a second.
But did you ever go as far as like dressing? Like, did you get a tail?
No, I didn't. Those are thousands of dollars.
Okay, yeah.
No, I didn't. But one of my cousins did buy me leggings that had mermaid scales on them. So
Yeah.
We'll end that sentence there. Mermaid girls make do. Yeah. It was, I won't say it was regrettable, but I can't escape it. Like, do you have a thing that one time your family heard you liked and now they won't stop giving you things with that motif on it?
Oof. Not so much. I feel like it's happened on a case-by-case basis. Like, I think I offhandedly asked for a magnifying glass at one point. I was like, this would be, Mom, it'd be cool if I had this for, like, I don't know, looking at bugs and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't really, like, it wasn't a passion of mine. I just thought it'd be cool to have.
Oh, my God.
And it ended up being my 13th birthday present. And
a single magnifying glass?
I mean, to be fair, I got in trouble that year. I got grounded.
Wait, for what?
I don't remember.
What could you have done?
I think I was just being a disrespectful little brat to my dad.
Oh my God.
And yeah, I think, what did they say about Geminis? It's like
they suck?
No. But a great way to get them to do something is, or rather to not do something, is by telling them
they can't
to do something.
Oh, got it.
Like, I'll do it, just don't tell me to do it.
Yeah, and don't not tell me to do it, because I will do it.
Right. Let me handle it.
Again,
Don't
Geminis
be a part
sound
of it.
great. Geminis sound great. This sounds really healthy and good.
Thank you, yes. Anyway, I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I'm sure I deserved it, and it was.
Wow.
It's just funny to me that, like, my one gift was something I didn't even really want it that badly, but did I use it? You bet your ass.
Did you? That's really funny. I was so scandalized because I just like actual angel baby Talon Bigelow.
You've seen the baby.
I've seen the baby pictures. That guy, he couldn't do a single wrong in the world. God, I wish I'd known he was an angsty teen. Oh my God, I have so many wishes and dreams.
I'm a little bit jealous of the kids who, like, all of their worst moments, honestly. Their growing pains all captured in 4K. Like,
yeah, I'm not jealous. I'm really glad that's not happening to me.
Yes, but I wish yours were so that I could.
Private. I wish they were in my private collection so that I could view them myself. Yeah, no, I agree. We went to. It's been a minute. Also, hi everybody.
Hi, yeah. Hi. Didn't see you there.
Oh, hey. We disappeared for a little while.
We did.
It was the holidays.
Yeah, I think it just felt hard to do things again.
It felt hard.
We felt like you'd understand.
You get it.
You were busy.
You were busy too. You probably didn't even notice we were gone.
Yeah. How are you?
Can you hear the water dripping through my semi-open back door?
I'm sure they can't,
but that's the environment we're living in.
Anyway, send us $5 to help us build a studio with 4 walls.
Yeah, and so many blankets.
So many blankets.
We're using 2 currently. Anyway, we went to Seattle together.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about I don't think we've recorded a podcast episode since that happened.
It was right before Christmas.
Right before Christmas. We traveled to Seattle together, and I got to visit Talon's childhood home and see childhood photos of him.
Yeah.
It was a real learning moment. I have a lot of photos of Talon on my phone now. Like an uncomfortable amount.
That's fine. I'm going to do the same one day.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
What did you learn?
What
did it it's weird. I haven't seen my life through other people's eyes before.
Oh, that is so weird.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing.
I've only had this one
eyes.
perspective, and I feel like maybe there's a flaw in God's design. I don't know. But
whoa! Don't say that. We're gonna burst into flame.
Wish I would.
Anyway.
It didn't happen. Didn't happen. I was holding my breath. It didn't happen. So, what does that mean?
What does that mean? God is dead and we killed him.
But what did you learn?
You look really good in a dark red lipstick.
Wow. Thank you.
It's mainly what I learned.
I should bring it back.
Yeah. And I just want to make clear to everyone that this was not an instance of it was not an instance of even cross-dressing, which I think, no. As a theater child, of course. No, you were in full choir boy regalia, except full face beat.
Yeah.
Full face beat.
Contouring.
Cheeks, lips, eyes.
Yeah. Probably more makeup than I've ever worn in my life.
James Charles, eat your heart out.
Yeah. Really what it was is just drama moms understanding the difference between theater makeup and just the makeup they put on their faces every day.
And just a Mary Kay consultation.
Just everything, yeah. So every kid. No, non-discriminatory. Every character. Because that was just a choir outfit. But, like, there were other numbers. We did, like, Aladdin at one point. There was Tarzan. Didn't matter.
All in full face beat. All in full face. I am obsessed. Yeah, so that's what I learned, is that you could really pull off it was a dark cherry red.
Yeah.
It was good look on baby Talon.
You know what? I'll find an occasion. I'll bring it back. I'll do it. I've been playing with makeup a little bit more.
Hey.
There's something.
As everyone should.
You know what? It's just mostly like I got foundation. I needed it for Dearest Ava.
I got foundation.
And then
I needed it. No, you don't.
For film, it was required. But, yeah. I don't know. I started wearing it other times. I'm like,
just to look a little perky.
Good. Just feels good.
Just to look a little perky.
I feel fresh.
Feel a little. Well, as most people will know, I have a real weakness for people in eyeliner. So watch out what you do around me. You need to watch out.
How much would I mean?
Like not very much. It's a weakness and I'm aware of it, but like watch out.
All right. If I ever should be wearing eyeliner for a day and I'm going to see you, I'll give you a little warning text.
You need to warn me.
Hey, I don't know what you got to do. Take a cold shower. I don't know. Just
Preemptively.
Carry around a nice
freezing cold. Yeah, be freezing cold when you see me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome. Hey, can we talk about Elmo?
That was so smooth. We'll say the context for this conversation. So we were trying to think about like what topical things we could bring up during the episode. And
as you know, we always try and bring you the news, the hard-hitting
stuff, the stuff that's important.
It's
going to shape you.
It's what's important.
And so Talon said, have you seen that Elmo clip? And I proceeded to name 3 Elmo clips, and all of them he went, no, not that one.
There is Elmo is trending in a big way.
Yeah. It is Elmo's world, and we're just living in it.
If this is the year that Elmo supremacy happens, I'm fine with that.
The Elmoverse.
That sounds better than most of the supremacy people have tried recently. To me,
it's one of the better supremacies.
Of all of the supremacies we could be living in, Elmo's not so bad.
No, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There were a lot of moments, and it just as 2 grown-ass adults, me rattling off several Elmo references and Talon just continually going, no, that's not the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was a little surreal.
It was. I really didn't realize how many people are talking about Elmo nowadays, or rediscovering Elmo. And there is some magic in those old Sesame Street clips where, like, as an adult, you can see the adults now working on the thing, and like, so their passion sometimes is felt. I'll say
it is. Yeah, no, Elmo is unhinged. I think we can, and yes, he's a child, but also he is unhinged.
Yeah.
He's a destructive force of nature. I would say he's a chaotic good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If not chaotic neutral. I don't even know that he's good.
Yeah, you're right. Sometimes Elmo wants what he wants.
He gives into his dark side.
Elmo has a dark side.
Elmo absolutely has a dark side, and they're not afraid to show the full scope of a character on Sesame Street. Do
yourself a favor. Go on Twitter, search Elmo, have fun.
Have a good time.
Spend an hour watching Elmo do his thing.
Just absolutely unhingedly living his life.
Living his best life. Where? Sesame Street,
New York City.
Is it New York?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Did you not know that was part of Sesame lore?
I did. I just never really thought about it.
No, I knew.
I just thought like Sesame Street could be like my street, but like you're right. It's like
it is your street, like in your heart, but it's not. It's not physically in Bothell, Washington.
Why does everyone need to know how to get there? Seems like New York's easy to find.
It's a big place, Talon.
It's a big place on a grid system. I don't know.
It's not called the Small Apple.
Nah. Can you tell me how to get to Manhattan? Yeah, I can. You'll need like a ticket, but it's pretty easy.
It's an island.
Let's start the show.
Okay.
You caught my eye in the grocery line, and I fancied myself a man worth your time, and I couldn't help thinking I wish you were mine, a man-seeking woman whose total is 589. I don't do this often, I'm not like other guys, which is why I find myself in a sort of existential crisis.
Podcast for listener, #Rocco's not alive. It's time for another Craigslistential crisis, the show where we take the misconnection section into new directions. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm Sarah Thompson.
This is a podcast.
What
do we do?
Why don't we ever use our news anchor voice? I feel like that was really good.
Oh, well, new year, new me.
New anchor.
Folks, get used to it. This is the voice I use now.
I like it. It's very official, and this is also a very official podcast where we go through the recesses of Craigslist. Craigslist, it's like an online forum. Anyone can post for free. It's just there. And it's like a messenger board for the internet. Like when you would see in a coffee shop, people post hoping that somebody they caught eyes with will feel the same and feel that romantic spark and get back to them because they didn't act on it in the moment. And that's the misconnection section of a beautiful Craigslist.
A beautiful Craigslist.
Sorry, we just both inhaled as though we were going to talk, and then we just met eyes with our mouths slightly open.
We're just buffering in real life.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anyways, you got one? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'll give you one, and we'll also say that these are read cold, so we've never seen them before unless we happen to cross paths. It happens.
It does happen. That's part of the reason why sometimes we seem like we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah. Here we go. To the Xmas Eve baddie at Cabela's. Thanks for teaching me how to play checkers. You made my day. Let's bring back conservative aesthetics this year. Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. It is Cabela's. Like, who else is at Cabela's at Christmas Eve?
I liked that I could see your upper lip curling as you read that last sentence.
What is that even? What are conservative aesthetics?
That's exactly what I wanted to discuss. How did you know?
Wow. That is the big question.
Because I would...
Where did you go?
I would argue that conservative aesthetics are... I mean, there's like two brands, right? There's like There's like the camo hats, which I think maybe is more of what we're going along here. When I think conservative aesthetics, I think about a woman who loves guns marrying a closeted gay man.
I see. Talking about more the broader idea of an aesthetic.
Yes. That's what I feel.
I like that.
And she's probably gay too. Let's not cut anyone out here.
They both absolutely
They
are.
both are definitely gay.
That's correct.
But that's that's just immediately where my mind went.
I like it because I think I did go for more of a stylistic approach, and I was really like.
No, I want a stylistic approach. What are you visioning here?
I mean, outfit number one would be like, honestly, if you were to purchase the conservative DLC character for Super Smash Brothers, and it would have several, iterations of its look and outfit. Outfit number one, option one, the default would be white polo, short sleeves, khakis.
We're here, yes.
A red hat, honestly, optional.
Sperry's, no socks. Sperry's, no socks.
But not like good Sperry's either, just plain white.
Like beat to shit.
Yeah.
Ugly Sperry's.
Like,
no
probably hand-me-down Sperry's.
And in the winter, they'd be the fur-lined ones. Also no socks, which is rancid. Bad moves. Rancid.
Miscolored fur.
Miscolored fur. I imagine a lot of like jewel-toned wrap dresses. If with cowgirl boots.
Yep.
I'm seeing bad tans.
Yeah.
Tans where the under eye area is not tanned correctly.
I like that. That tracks.
And very blonded hair.
The blonder the hair, the closer to God.
The crispier the root.
Yeah.
As somebody who has dyed her hair, I can only say it's a crispy world out there.
Oof.
It's a crispy world, and we're just living in it. Anyways.
But yeah, I think.
Is that what they want?
Is that what they want?
Are those the did we nail it? Is that the conservative aesthetics that this Christmas Eve baddie in Cabela's wants?
Maybe. I feel like, I don't know if it applies. It feels like it would there's this thing about the idea of conservative comedy, and it's like why isn't there a conservative SNL really? Why isn't there like a really strong?
Because they're not funny.
Well, that's part of it. But the reason for it, I've heard said, and maybe I
agree, I want to hear this. Yeah,
is that good comedy, or like to be good at comedy, requires empathy. And like being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and like understand different perspectives. So, with that
they're bad at comedy.
They're
bad at a comedy.
Are they bad at all art? Does this apply to fashion as well? Like. Do they not know how to dress unless they see it on a mannequin?
I don't know if you've ever seen Ivanka's outfit line, but I think you would be schooled if you thought that.
I guess I stand corrected?
I stan. I would also like to draw our attention to, thanks for teaching me how to play checkers. I'm not here to shame anyone. Who doesn't know how to play checkers?
It's poor man's chess. I don't know.
It is poor man's chess. Ask me if I'm smart enough to play chess. Absolutely not. Do I know how to play checkers? 100%. Yeah. It's not hard. That one's not hard. Chess, beyond my scope. Chess and poker, two things men have tried to teach me so many times, and every time I bring it up that I don't know how to play, another man just appears out of nowhere to teach it to me, and here's the thing. I'm never gonna learn.
Yeah.
It's never gonna work. I'm gonna call the turn the turd and laugh hysterically at my own joke and not listen to anything you said. And that is my poker and chess soapbox, and I will die ignorant of them.
You have my vote.
Thank you.
Yeah, no comment. Yep, you're right.
Now I'm really curious what conservative comedy looks like. Sorry, I've just been thinking about that.
I mean, God.
Like, are there conservative sketches online that aren't inherently political? Maybe is because you know what I'm saying. Like, made by conservative people, but maybe aren't inherently political.
Made by conservative people would be.
It's all comedy political.
It really depends on your school of thought. I don't know. If comedy's rebellion, you need something to rebel against.
Is all identity political? Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Slip and slide. Wet and wild. Slip and slide.
I was gonna say like there's definitely been like conservative people on like SNL in the past.
Yeah.
But they weren't being produced by them. Why can't I think of her name? She's still among us. She's alive.
She's
for one.
still among us.
I cannot remember her name. She's blonde. She's
That's
around
okay.
in the 80s.
I'm really not trying to gotcha. I was just curious.
No.
But I did end up kind of gotching you. I'm so sorry.
Something. Okay, anyway, I'll figure it out. Chris Christie. Governor Chris Christie was, oh boy. When he was a not ready for primetime player back in the 80s, should have seen him. But like that's comedy being, mostly produced by not people you'd probably not refer to as conservatives. At least not at the time, maybe more so now.
The liberal elite has control.
Let's just say it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think I can't think of any like made by conservatives for conservatives comedy out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, and I did just Google as a conservative SNL star.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a picture of Adam Sandler, Robert Downey Jr.
Well,
Adam Sandler donated to Rudy Giuliani's presidential campaign.
Wait. What year?
In 2007.
That's better, but not great.
Not great. Ooh, Rob Schneider.
Yeah,
David Spade. Interesting.
I've seen David Spade in a casino.
John Lovitz.
You know what? That's fine.
Somebody named Colin Quinn, who I'm going to be embarrassed. Victoria Jackson, is that who you were thinking about?
Victoria Jackson. That is who I was thinking about.
Okay. That took me too long to get to, and that's all we really wanted.
She's not on the list.
Sorry for reading that out.
No, this is good podcast.
I just got really, now I'm like really obsessed with conservative comedy. Okay.
But like the question still stands. I know I think Fox has they're trying out a talk show right now.
That's a funny talk show?
Yeah, called Gutfeld, and it's being hosted by a conservative host.
Named Gutfeld?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got
it. That's not like a joke or anything.
No, I thought maybe it was.
No, that's the guy's name.
I got it.
And I've seen clips, and it's not good. Like, I mean, I try to be as objective as possible. I understand I'm probably biased, but I would admit if something was funny, even if I didn't like it. Yeah. And that's true about me. Like, I'll watch plenty of things. I'm like, I don't like this. This is all bad, but that was funny. Like,
Like what?
I don't know. I've watched a lot of, like, B and C monster movies in the years. And, like,
sure.
Things that are obviously not good and not even good enough to be like campy. And they're just like bad.
They're just unenjoyable.
But sometimes they will have a moment where it's like,
all right,
I like that.
You got it in. Fair enough. Anyways, I'll read another one from you. Or a first one from you.
No, I think we really needed to get to that. Great. Yeah, here, why not?
Okay. Javier's bathroom. I was stuck in the bathroom outside of Javier's. The Alpine laundromat refused to let me use their restroom. Having no laundry, I decided ordering food would be the fastest method of getting my ass on a seat. I wasn't even hungry. Took a minute before the restaurant got the key to me. I was struggling. When I thought that I had made it, disaster struck. I couldn't go anywhere no matter how much toilet paper I had used to clean myself. While trying to contact anyone that could bring me a change of, you knocked. Normally, anyone would tell someone to fuck off, but you were willing to go to the Goodwill and back for me. We shared the quesadillas. A meal. A gift. Anything. Please let me make it up to you. As a person with IBS, I got diagnosed by my doctor, baby.
Official.
She's an official IBS sufferer. God gives his evilest gastric problems to his hottest girls, so it's fine.
I mean, I've often heard it said that there's no such thing as a woman with some sort of irritable bowel symptom who is unattractive. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, so. And I'm adding to the data points.
You are.
I too, funnily enough, okay, so I did see this one.
Oh.
Of course. Because it's a shining beacon.
It's a magnet for us.
It's a magnet for us. I also once... I was going to say also once... I was like, why do I need to tell the world this? I also once had diarrhea at a place called
Hey!
I did not poop on myself, though.
Good.
I did make it to a bathroom. I'm a champion.
They are a loser.
No
misconnection.
No. Okay. No shame to people who do poop their pants. I'm just here to say that I have not yet. And I know someday I will be humbled. but haven't been humbled yet. So,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a story because not only did this person poop themselves, but a stranger seemingly helped them out by going to Goodwill and buying them new pants.
Going to another location. Like
going
not
to
like something you
location.
could do like you went to the bathroom and now you have to like get the manager in the restaurant.
No.
This person asked you to go somewhere else and come back. And
with clothes.
With clothes. Make a purchase.
And then here's the part where I get a little fucked up. They sat down to a meal with this person they knew would just shit themselves with no access to a shower and shared a quesadilla.
Well.
And if that isn't the makings of getting fucking pink eye or some horrible gastric disease, I don't know what is.
Well, you gotta hope hands are being washed. And
but do I trust like that?
Yeah, that's a lot of trust.
I don't know if I trust like that.
I mean, to be fair, we don't know what they know. We know that they were asked to go to Goodwill and buy them some clothes.
If I knew a person had shit themselves so badly that they needed new clothes from a stranger
and couldn't go physically get them themselves,
I would have just, as the person who'd shit myself, I would have just given the other person the quesadilla. But they shared it.
Yeah, they're like, I want to give it to you. I'm still hungry though, and I'm paid for it.
I mean, sometimes you know what I'm saying? It makes room.
Yeah.
I'm really revealing a lot about myself that I did not. That's how honestly, that's how most of these episodes go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to be cool and mysterious. And then all of a sudden we end the episode and I'm like, I literally just told everyone all of my faults and insecurities.
I love it. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Good. I'm glad that you feel that way.
You know what? I think everybody else here listening, press F if you agree.
Press F to agree. This is a buck fucking wild. This one is. It is. This is buck wild.
Yeah.
If I was listening to this podcast right now, I would hit that skip back 15 seconds button a couple times and listen to it again. It is nuts.
It's so much, and I really, really want to follow up. I really want,
I want the other person to write back.
I would love the other perspective on this, because that's a lot also. This person obviously went through a harrowing experience.
Oh, yeah.
But just even to be on the other side of it, and just, again, be minding your own business, and then someone from a bathroom you just knocked on says, hey, I'm in here, but while I have you, could you do something for me?
I mean, this would be okay, hear me out. This would be a really functional meet cute. Mm-hmm. Because when you're talking to somebody and you're spending time with them, there's the fart barrier. When do you start feeling comfortable to fart in front of them? When are you going to poop at their house? With my friends, I'll be like, hey, just let you know I'm going to go poop, so that they know what's up. They're not wondering why I'm in the bathroom for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They're not wondering why I lit a bunch of candles suddenly and put on the TV really loud. It's I just want them to know so that they're not why is this happening?
Yeah.
But when you're first meeting people, you can't just do that. And this would just leap right over that barrier.
You skip some steps.
You skip some steps, which I think would be really helpful.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. and maybe this is, hear me out, another great idea for a rom-com. This is obviously how the movie starts. And that's all that matters. Could you imagine just a full hour and a half adventure that starts with this scene?
It's the super bad of shitting yourself.
Yeah. I would love to see just those two, maybe the plot is they like each other and they know it, but they have to come up with some other story of how they met. Because this can't be
This can't be it. Although, if this is the way I met somebody, you can bet I would tell this story to literally everyone, because I am shameless.
Anyway, suffice to say, I hope these two...
I hope they make
stay in touch.
I believe in true love.
Yeah. How can you forget? You can't forget someone like that.
You can't forget. You don't forget somebody who goes to a Goodwill for you and buys you new pants after you poop yours. All right.
If they're just friends. Okay.
Here's another one for you, Talon.
Foul hygiene. It's funny what you miss about people after you stop seeing them. I even miss when you got into that diet you heard from the Joe Rogan podcast and would get in the shower, naked, with the rotisserie chicken and eat it with both hands like a goddamn raccoon. You should hit me up so we can hang out again. But don't make me clean up this time. I mean, can this be real?
I don't know. I don't know if it is. If it's not, it's really well written.
It's great.
I mean, even if it is real, it's really well written.
Yeah. But God, what
As two non-listeners of the Joe Rogan podcast, we can neither confirm nor deny that this rotisserie chicken diet is a true thing.
I I only listen to podcasts I see as competition.
Ooh. Yeah, take that, Joe Rogan.
Suck it, Joe Rogan. I hope his fans find out about this.
That would be, honestly, I think that would blow us up in a good way.
Review bombed by Joe Rogan's minions.
Posse.
Joe Roganians. I don't know what to call them.
Joes.
Joe
Rojos.
Rojos. Yes.
Hojos. Howard Johnson's.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Anyway, yeah. What would I don't know.
What is the benefits of... What are the benefits of eating a rotisserie chicken in the shower?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to clean yourself afterwards. You may have to clean the shower, though.
Yeah, if I tried to eat a whole rotisserie chicken in the shower, I might have some trouble.
You might end up at Javier's, you know what I'm saying?
I might end up at Javier's, stuck in a precarious situation.
What if every misconnection was written about one person who was just the most interesting person alive?
What if Craigslist was just about one dude named Craig, and everything was just like...
He just had the most interesting life.
Everything on sale is like something that was like in his garbage can or like something he just was done with.
Yeah.
Like, it's a shirt. It's lightly used.
And every misconnection was just something that happened to him throughout his day. Anyways, I don't understand. I know that there's a whole subreddit dedicated to eating oranges in the shower. Have you heard about this?
It hit me like a little bit something that's wild, but also something I might have encountered before.
Yeah. There's like a whole. I'm pretty sure it was Reddit. I mean, obviously, I heard about it from Tumblr, but you know, that's just it's just the sifter.
The great internet hive mind.
Exactly.
Yes.
And yeah, apparently there's a whole subreddit devoted to eating oranges in the shower and like saying that it's like a really transcendent experience and that like. For some reason, it's just like you experience the orange so much harder. Yeah. Than you would raw, as some would say.
Raw. Yeah, I mean, I can see that being true. Like, it's very fragrant. It's gonna like.
I want to.
I'd try that.
I don't feel that I have consumed enough things in the shower. As a person who feels like it would be part of my brand to be known as somebody who consumes things in the shower. Doesn't that fit kind of with my character?
Sure. Yes.
I feel a little bit like it does. Yeah. I feel like I haven't done it enough. I have drank several glasses of wine in the shower before.
Yeah, shower beer is great.
A shower beer is great. A shower wine is good. I really haven't consumed much food in the shower.
Yeah, I can't say that I have. Like an orange makes sense because it's fruit. Like that's you could like bathe in a bath with a bunch of oranges. Yeah. Or have a yuzu bath. That's very much like a thing.
Like a little capybara.
So like fruits, veggies, that makes some amount of sense. Like that might be good for your skin. Yeah. A whole rotisserie chicken.
I don't think a whole rotisserie chicken is good for anyone.
Not good for your skin, I'll tell you that. And first of all, you're gonna ruin the chicken. You're gonna rinse off the seasoning.
Wet boy.
Now this is for fans of Joe Rogan. They're probably all white. Maybe that's enough seasoning. Maybe it's too much seasoning. Maybe when they get a rotisserie chicken, they have to rinse it off before they eat it.
Joe Rogan's like, you know how the flavor of rotisserie chicken is too overwhelming.
Yeah, you know how like a store-bought rotisserie chicken is too spicy.
As a white person who's very spice resistant, that is a completely plausible. I'll say that is completely plausible.
Yeah, for them that might make sense.
That might, yeah. Sure. Not that I want to group myself in with the Joe Rogan listeners of the world, but I will say as a very spice weak white girl, that is completely plausible.
Well, there you go. You heard it here, and she can say that. I can't.
Because that'd be racist. Because
that would be racism. That's a test. There's no such thing as racism against white people. Here's one for you.
Everything's a test with this guy, let me tell you. If he tells you he's giving you a free pass for something, never believe him.
Check your left.
All right. Happy 2 years apart. It's almost been 2 years since I saw you, but not a day has gone by that you didn't cross my mind. I found out you were banging your ex, the one you spent thousands of dollars litigating over custody. I wish you the best in your new life, and we haven't spoken since. Now, I have a happy family of my own. I have 2 beautiful children, one that looks just like you. Oh my God. Also, COVID happened right after we separated, and I kind of blame you for it. Like, I know you didn't start COVID, but the timing seems very coincidental. This person is a baby machine. They've had 2 babies since COVID started.
That's a lot.
That's not even 2 years yet until March.
It really makes me feel like I'm slacking. I'll tell you what.
You need to make more babies.
I need to be making.
You need to make more. You need to be catching up.
Additional babies.
Additional babies needed.
Yes.
This one is really fucking good. And I say it because I also picked it.
I figured.
There are a lot of stars tonight on Craigslist.
Yeah.
But everything was, everything that stood out, really stood out. So I know we're gonna have a lot of the same ones.
That's how it felt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is incredible. They also have a child that looks just like one. Maybe you should get that. Maybe it's none of my business, but maybe you should. Maybe you should just.
If that's where you're gonna leave it, then
if you're gonna.
Fine.
Yeah.
It seems like you have more thoughts about that, but maybe you don't.
It does, and it also feels like if you're dropping that as a little enticing hint for this person, that's kind of a mean move. That's a rude move. Being like, maybe I have your baby.
Yeah. This kid may or may not be your seed.
That feels like a trap.
Yeah.
Like either litigate or don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't tempt me.
Yeah, like, is it or isn't it? It's, it's like when your boss texts you, is like, hey, so we're kind of short-staffed on Sunday. And you're just...
You're just like, what that got to do with me?
Yeah, so what? Like, is it my job or not?
Yeah.
That's your job to tell me.
Yep.
That sucks. Have fun at work.
It's just like a baby that looks kind of like someone.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's pretty interesting.
Huh.
Anyway, good to see you.
Good... yeah, this one is wild. And yeah, banging your ex that you're litigating over custody. That does feel like feels like something that you would say on Craigslist.
That does.
That feels like a real pertinent piece of information. Because
agree.
lots of people bang their exes.
Lots of people bang their exes.
But who bangs their ex if they're litigating over custody? That's the kind of raw detail we need to find the correct owner of this misconnection.
Strong identifying detail. If I ever saw one. I would hope.
If you ever saw one. You hope? You hope there's a child out there that looks like you.
No. No. That's not what I said.
Okay. I have one for you, and you could probably guess what it is.
Well, give it to me then.
All right.
Okay. Regarding happy 2 years apart. Are you a nut? You sound pretty unstable. Seriously, blaming an ex for COVID? Saying you got 2 kids, but think of your ex every day since you broke up 2 years ago? Jesus, move on. You're obviously spiteful. He was banging an ex, but you wasted no time getting knocked up back to back. Perhaps you should focus on your children and look inwards than the past. Sheesh.
So if you didn't catch that, this is regarding that last one.
Yeah, a response.
That was for our listeners. I know you caught that.
I'm
Talon
a smart boy.
caught that. You're a smart boy.
Yes.
He asked for a magnifying glass for his birthday. He's a smart boy.
Okay. Honestly, if how in
yeah,
know how the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Yes.
There's a whole shaving incident, and then they give him a shaver, and he has an episode. If someone were to gift me a magnifying glass, it might happen.
I know what I'm getting for your Gemini birthday. He's gonna have a mental breakdown.
Lose it.
Wow, there's some salt here that I don't know that is completely necessary.
A bit much, maybe.
It's a bit much. I feel like, in some ways I feel like, hey, we don't want to write things like this because that's going to convince people not to post their innermost thoughts on Craigslist if they think they're going to get judged for it.
Right.
And this person's in here being a little judgmental, and I don't think that's how our community should be acting.
No. First of all, how bored are you? You're just sitting there on Craigslist replying to anything, even if it doesn't concern you.
Seems pretty bored to me.
I feel like the equivalent of that is going through comment sections and starting fights with people. I don't know.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I would agree with that.
A bit.
And I will say that we've talked about this before, and I've also seen on friend of the podcast, Missed Connections PDX, whomst we love.
Love him.
They have also, in their comment section, I have seen people talking about how there is a vigilante. Because how we're always talking about how things are getting blocked and flagged on Portland's Craigslist more than any other Craigslist. You cannot get a single toe out of line or something's going to come cracking down on you. And somebody name dropped somebody. And I was like, somebody knows who the Portland Craigslist vigilante is.
Shit.
I was getting real into the lore.
Wow.
And this is why I have to continually delete Instagram.
That said, I feel like this really is what this podcast should become. Like
is like us investigating.
Report.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for a real mystery to present itself, and then we will we'll become investigative journalists.
Absolutely.
Your heads are going to spin.
So fast. You wait. You thought you loved us now?
Wait till you hate us.
Wait till we're anti-heroes. Wait till we're infamous.
It was us all along. We're like those firemen who become arsonists.
Oh, wow. The worst kind of fireman.
The worst kind of fireman. Yeah, I just think that it's real judgmental. Like, this is a safe space. Let's keep this a nice place, all right?
Yeah, you know what? Don't look towards the past. That's what this person's saying. What is this whole website? What is Misconnections if not just digging into the past just to see if it could be the future?
Exactly. We're all out here taking risks.
Yeah.
Just let people take a risk.
Sometimes to move forward, you gotta move back.
Thank you for that. Yeah. Do you have another one you want to give to me?
I do have another one I want to give to you. Okay.
I just wasn't sure if I'd stolen all of yours yet.
No. But this one did come. You may have seen this from our good friend Misconnections at PDX.
All right. Overheard conversation. I was getting coffee the other day, and while in line, 2 men were talking about sniffing underwear. Do men really like to sniff other men's underwear? Is this becoming a new trend? Both the men couldn't have been more than 30 years old. If that's the case, I've got tons for sale. JK. We all heard the silent unless at the end of this post.
Yeah.
It was the unless heard around the world.
They're just covering their tracks. They just wanted to come back to them in some weird way. So they can say, no, I was kidding.
JK.
Mm-hmm. I was kidding. And the money I suddenly acquired this week came from my job in sales.
That's sales, but not selling used underwear.
I sell what I sell.
Who hasn't heard of panty sniffing? Who's been under a rock? There's a whole SpongeBob episode about it. There's an episode where they steal somebody's underwear.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's true.
I just feel like that was my first introduction to the idea.
You know, there's a lot of stuff hidden in them SpongeBob cartoons.
There is. You know, they're the 7 deadly sins, and they're all dead. Yeah. They're all dead all along.
I've also heard that in Rugrats, Tommy is the only kid who's alive.
Whoa! I'm so glad that trend of like posting dark theories about childhood cartoons is kind of on the outs, because that was really pissing me off.
Didn't need it.
Nobody needed that.
I was okay with it when it was like N64 video games I'll never play again.
Sure.
And like, yeah, they were also very creepy at times for no reason.
Totally.
But Rugrats, you can try and
we don't need this. We don't necessarily need this.
Don't come after Rugrats. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You can come after the new one, I think.
That's probably fine. Yeah. Of course men like to sniff other... Not all men.
Not all men.
Hashtag not all men.
Don't want to get on my soapbox here, but not all men. All right? Let's make that clear.
Let's make that clear. But yeah, of course. I don't even feel like that's the freakiest of things.
We all know a guy who knows a guy.
We all know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Likes to get a whiff.
There's a whole... What's a good old whiff between boy pals?
Listen.
Yeah.
Who hasn't taken a whiff of their own? Now you understand the appeal.
I can't say that I have.
Sure, you can't say it.
I can't say it. And somebody at Javier's got a whiff of someone else's, if you know what I mean.
So, I mean, yeah, to answer this person, yeah, there are definitely not all men, but some men really like to sniff underwear.
They do.
Regardless of who's wearing them. So other men's, sure.
Sure, we'll take it.
And now if these are 2 men just specifically talking about sniffing men's underwear specifically, then you know what? That's a very specific part of the pie, but you know, it's still part of it.
It's still a part of the pie. It's still a pie.
Still a panty sniffing pie.
I got one more for you.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I got one for Mark and then an ending one, so
gotcha.
Don't panic yet.
I won't get it twisted. Like panties.
Like panties.
Looking for a female pen pal. Not trying to get explicit or be inappropriate. Writing is a dying art. And I miss just being able to discuss things with a stranger who will have an outside-looking-in point of view. We can talk about anything, serious or light. I do just like making connections not based on looks or with an agenda. I love chatting with someone with wit, sass, and a bit of old school humor. Sometimes the strongest friendships you make are with people you never see. M.
Here, they say all that, and yet why are you looking for a specific gendered pen pal? You know? That's what I'm saying here.
A little bit of it is, yes, yeah, like, you could be anybody.
But you gotta have tickle bitties.
But I want to be able to imagine you got tickle bitties.
I gotta think about that coochie while I'm writing.
I need to think, like, while I dip my pen in some ink, there's a possibility I could dip my pen in your vagina.
That was horrible.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You know, we have this habit with each other of taking things to their logical conclusion, which is past too far.
It's a problem.
It's fun in person. And then I realize these are recorded, and I apologize. I apologize.
Everyone who's not in the room.
To everybody.
Because nobody can stop us. That's the problem. Is usually there's an outside source. It's usually Elena. We're so sorry.
Yep.
To be like, you've gone too far.
Yes.
But when it's just us,
yeah,
there's no one here to say that to us.
There's no audience reacting to what we're saying. It doesn't seem like we should stop.
Yeah. It seems like it's a good idea to keep going.
If we did do like a live show of this with an audience, 15 minutes in, the audience would be like, hey! Like, calm down. Like, we're having a good time. Sheesh.
You guys, it's too blue. This humor's too blue.
Not what I signed up for.
Hey. But not trying to get explicit or inappropriate.
Nope.
Just like this guy.
No, not trying to get explicit or inappropriate.
And I just like, so many things here are just like red alerts.
Yeah.
Writing is a dying art. Why you gotta say it like that? I don't think that's true. I think people still write all the time.
Yeah. In fact, it's now people write digitally. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
And also, what do you mean by old school humor?
I don't know.
It feels racist.
Like jokes you could make back in our day.
I taste a little something on the wind. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to write my racist slurs to somebody and not digitally so they can't be traced.
Yeah. Either that or I'm imagining like hand-inked drawings of boys with hoops and sticks with little captions underneath them.
Yeah.
So one or the other.
Old school humor.
Old school humor. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Ding. Like a man in woman's clothing.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm sorry. I can't.
That's too funny. How ridiculous.
We're going to have to stop recording.
You know what? They should write to the panty sniffing.
Oh. Yes.
Incredulity.
I wish I had that ability. I wish I could
pair
pretend to
people.
be one person and connect them to another.
Is this a new dating service we think we're going to come up with? We have people write a misconnection, and then we pair them based on their misconnection.
Other anonymous people, like if other people, everyone's a user, and you are being paired up with another user, by other users, based on your writing.
You were writing, but also it's us so that we.
But also it's just us, and we have.
We have all of the power.
Yeah, we have the patent. We got it. It's ours.
It's ours.
We're the ones.
Don't steal that.
Hey, if you want to be dating somebody, go ahead and just write a paragraph to our email. And if we get a couple, we'll see what happens.
We'll try to stick you together.
Let us know your preferences.
We'll see what happens.
We'll go from there.
We're obviously us two. The one who's been in a committed relationship for like 10 years and the woman who's perpetually single.
Both sides of the spectrum.
Incredibly good at this.
Yeah.
Well versed. Mm-hmm. So talented.
I think we'd be a good panel. If we had a third person on this panel, what would their relationship prowess be?
I think they would be polyamorous.
Okay.
And they would be getting it.
Yeah. Like we'd have to shoo people off of the mid-recording.
Yes, exactly. Every week we'd be like, oh my God, Pamela, this misconnection is also about you.
Pamela.
Pamela, you're just a hot shit and you know it.
But you know what?
But she would be so likable that we couldn't help but be like, okay, this makes a lot of sense.
She'd be the star of the show. She would bring in the likes. She would bring in fans, most of them because they'd be in a relationship with her.
With her, yeah. But that's what we need. This is a lot like my improv show that I pitched that I'm too weenie to do.
Oh.
I'm fully aware that I'm too weenie to do this, although it's a genius idea, which was go on dating sites, match with as many people as humanly possible, tell them all to meet me at a show, and then it turns out it's a show I'm putting on about dating people.
Damn it. You have to do it.
It's so good. I know, it's so good, but I'm too baby. I literally could never.
Okay. All right. If we pressure you into it enough, will it eventually happen?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Love to
if I knew that the world was ending in 60 days, maybe I would do it.
I mean, how's 600 days.
That's too few.
6,000?
That's like less than 2 years.
You're right. That's not. I am under. Okay.
Hey,
Don't get optimistic and you'll never be disappointed, right?
Oh, this is true.
I got something for you.
Yeah.
A little different. But in a good way. Because you see, this ain't an ordinary misconnection.
Oh.
Actually, I don't even think it's going to be in the misconnection section. This is the best of Craigslist. Now,
oh my God.
If you remember, if you're a fan of the show and you've been listening, a year ago we did an episode highlighting the best Craigslist posts, general, of 2020. It was 2020.
I'm going to end the sentence right there.
I was going to add one. I don't need to. Anyway, we got a couple of those and was hoping for more this year. I don't know how often this gets updated.
I guess it was just a garbage year for everyone, including Craigslist.
I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but anyway... Past years seem to be really where the
money's
good stuff's at. The money shots.
Yeah.
So this is something I pulled from the past. I believe it's from 2019.
Whoa.
Yep.
So distant.
So distant. Now, take us away. Here's one of the best Craigslist posts of 2019.
This beautiful combination fireplace 8-track stereo. Don't miss this opportunity. This amazing combination fake fireplace, phonograph, FM stereo, 8-track player could be yours for the absolutely free price of free. Don't hesitate. It's not every day that a mid-70s Montgomery Ward fake fireplace becomes available like this. It won't last long. Imagine the warmth and beauty it will bring to your stark and cold home. The stereo plays today's hits from local FM stations, while the fake firelog emits warming rays in the visible spectrum. It's never too early to start planning for Burning Man. Could this be the foundation of your camp's electronic dance music DJ booth? With this amazing fake fireplace, plus your brilliant creativity, you'll transform your dusty camp into a playa sensation. It mostly works. Fake firelog works. AM/FM stereo works. Phonograph doesn't work. 8-track player, no idea. You'll need at least 2 very strong people with a truck or trailer to get this baby home. You'll need something with wheels and the wherewithal to get it down about 100 yards of dirt path and across a bridge and up the driveway. It is much heavier than you would imagine a fake fireplace has any right to be. It won't be easy, but the rewards will pay for themselves many times over.
Well done.
I am honestly sold.
Yeah.
If this wasn't from 2019, I would be on my way down a driveway, through a bridge, across a dirt track, into this person's home.
With at least one other strong person.
And a truck or trailer.
Yeah.
All things I would be doing. This sounds fantastic, and I think that it's a great idea to make it the centerpiece of your... I don't know if this person has ever been to Burning Man. I don't think they know. They're like, fireplace burning. Yeah, right. Burning Man.
They want stuff to burn.
Yeah, stuff to burn. Burning plus music.
Looks like fire.
Burning Man.
It's a fire festival.
It's perfect.
It's a fire
It's a fire fest.
Yeah.
I'm glad you repeated that joke until I acknowledged it.
You know what? It's fine. Sometimes we all take a moment.
I would be sold. It's all about the salesmanship. Because do I need that? No. Do I want it? Yes. Am I afraid that it'll fall through my floor because it's so heavy? Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad, it's funny. I understand why they specified. I just enjoy that they specified that it gives off burning rays in the visible spectrum.
Yeah. They're like, no scary radiation here, probably.
No, probably not. But also, is there a better way to say it? It makes, a cool, fire candle effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning rays in the visible spectrum.
How about burning rays in the visible spectrum?
That's
I've never
hot.
thought about asking about, if I'm going to, take home Christmas lights or something.
Yeah.
Be real quick, are these lights in the visible spectrum?
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you, because then I actually know.
That's how they get you.
The ones you want are about $15 more.
You're going to have to call the Better Business Bureau to get this taken care of.
These lights can only be seen by dogs. Which is great for dogs.
Which is great for dogs. They're very, very exciting for dogs.
Very.
That's incredible. Honestly, that sounds like an incredible piece of equipment, and I hope somebody took it home.
I hope someone took it home or to Burning Man.
Or to Burning Man. But don't try to use the phonograph.
Don't do it.
Is that just a record player?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
The 8...
Sorry, there's an S.
Doesn't work. It's my bad. I hope the 8-track player works at least.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of a mystery. Ugh. And what a mystery it is.
And what a mystery it is.
Thank you so much for listening to Craig's Existential Crisis. Hey,
woo!
First one of 2022.
Wow.
We did it.
We done. It works.
It worked. 100th episode coming around the corner.
And we definitely have prepared for it.
We have so many preparations underway.
But isn't that part of our charm?
Yeah. Very, flying by the seat of our pants here.
Slime by the seat of our pants.
Slime.
Much like Javier's. We'd like to thank all of you for listening. If you liked what you heard, please give us a little rate on the Apple Podcast app. It helps immensely to leave a rating and a review. And if you leave a review, Talon will read whatever it says on air. That's a promise.
True.
That's a promise that someday you need to make him regret it.
Honestly, we'll keep doing it until it becomes a real problem.
Becomes a real problem, and then offer rescinded.
Yep.
And also, if you tell a friend about this podcast, that would also be great. That's how we got into some of our listeners is word of mouth. So thanks for doing that. You're great. Speaking of people who are great, we'd like to thank Rosie Sherman, who recorded our theme song. You can check her out on Instagram at HeyShermy. And if you ever have a misconnection you want us to read live on air, you can send it to any of our social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as Craig's Existential Crisis. And you can also email us at craigcrypod@gmail.com. That's CRAIGCRIPOD@gmail.com.
I've never thought about it. Is it hard for you to say C-R-A? Like, does it sound like you're saying your own name and then you get confused?
Sarah. Do you think that every time I hear a sound, it's like my name, I just get possessed to say my name?
I'm just going off what I have seen.
All right. Is that hard for you?
I'm such a dick. Hey, do you have a misconnection to end on?
Yeah, I do. But it might be a little hard for you to read. Has any ta sounds, you're gonna be fucked. All right.
Here we go. One for the road, no one's sending you on your way. Sigh. Loneliness is shit. The government is shit. The media is shit. I need a friend. I'm Talon Bigelow.
I'm so Thompson.
This has been Craig's Existential Crisis.
I couldn't even say it right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Great.
Pointing out, I think I had no difficulty doing it. Is it difficult for you to do this because it sounds like the beginning of your name?